I'm at my mother's house for July 4th, technically July 3rd, holiday weekend. I thought I would do a yard tour since I put a lot of work in every weekend with her, and her garden looks better than my garden. So we're in the front yard. We got some pots here. These are my zinnias that I grew. Queenie lime with blush. The green, which is her favorite color. And then they have a little bit of blush in them, you can see. You got some pots here. Sweet potato vine, marigold, and twister. She actually picked these pots up from Dollar General, which is nice. And then this is her front garden here. We got a ivy geranium that I grew from seed. That's looking nice. We have an Annabelle hydrangea. Got an allium. All these marigolds here I grew from seed and gave to her. She bought some lavender, but the rabbits have been eating it, even though the rabbit shouldn't be eating it. Here's another hydrangea. She doesn't really like this hydrangea. You can see here, the rabbits have been eating the lilac and the hostas. But of course not the allium, well maybe a little. And then she's got ferns. And the ferns are covering up her lily of the valley. Her front yard used to be a whole lot of gardens. There was a center garden, there was a garden right here, there was a raised rock garden over there. And we took all that out. It was just too much. And then a little thing for you to see here. I have my sidewalk poem here from 2016. Appleton put it in 4 different places, and I kept the stamp. So when they redid the sidewalk, my parents got to put it in. Well, here on the side of the house, my mother planted all of her canna in a line. This here gets full sun, so it's hard to find things that won't burn and scorch. And then she's got daylilies in here. And then she also planted her calla lilies. And now the backyard. hostas, some clematis. You can see all of this gets shade, and then it's acidic soil from the pine trees. These are more ivy geraniums that I grew from seed. And then she did some perennials in pots. So painted fern. This is a stilby, but it's Dark Side of the Moon, a stilby. These are her giant hostas. We had some irises here, miniature irises. This is some Rudbeckia that I grew from seed. Moppet Rudbeckia. And then she has some bee balm. She's got this hydrangea that blooms on new wood and old wood. Purple coneflower is more blush. You can see this one has more blush on it. And then I bought her this Bloodgood Japanese maple for Father's Day. She took out a light post to put this in, and she did it herself. So she got the pole out, she got the concrete out, and she planted the tree. And then we had this pile of landscape rock, and we decided to extend it all through the garden here. That was a big task. It's been raining a lot, so the weeds have been able to multiply. I always get the name of these mixed up. I think they're rhododendron? Maybe not. Azaleas? I'm not sure. But there's a bunch of them. And then we did this. We piled up the rocks and we put some, this is a juga right here. 2 different kinds. So that should spread. And then we planted some creeping thyme in the rocks. But I'm thinking that the rocks get too warm for that. Because it's like half dead. And then we planted some hostas behind it so it wasn't just isolated. And then we have some hibiscus, bellflower or balloon flower, some more daylilies, some daisies. This is a lilac. I think it's a Miss Kim lilac. You see that dragonfly there? Beautiful dragonfly. And then this is a hyssop, an herb. And then I can't remember what this is. It has a white flower. It's a perennial. I bought seeds for it, but I didn't plant the seeds. This is her weeping tree, her weeping willow tree. It's not a weeping willow, but it is a willow that weeps. We call it Cousin It. And you can see more of my marigolds here that didn't amount to much. These are started from seed and these are from the store. These are a few years old, so these are more Rudbeckia. This is a dahlia that I bought her this year. Another dahlia. Blanket flower. Coleus from the store. More ivy geraniums here. Ivy geranium. And then look at her tomatoes. Her tomatoes are massive. Mine are a joke. Here's some lavender that's not touched by the rabbits. And then you've seen this yellow cornflower in my yard. Here's a red ivy geranium. That's pretty much it. And then she's got this water feature with a solar pump. It's really nice when the sun is out. And then I made this. I don't know if I put it in a video, but I made this for her. It's got stained glass. I can see that. Some of them cracked though in the middle. So that's her yard. Looks a lot better than my yard, of course. I'm here every weekend. So it should look amazing, right? Maybe I'll capture some fireworks tonight. Appleton has fireworks on the 3rd. Last year you could see them over here.